And a big fireball. More fire. More fire.
Yes, motherfuckers and cunt lords, this is Sam Spanner from the United Forever podcast, and I'm with my legendary cousin.
Adam Shagham, how are you?
Not too bad, matey. And this episode is called
Good.
Burnley Baby Burn.
Yes, mate. Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. We finally beat them. We did. It fucking took us, what,
Yeah, I
5
know.
or 6 matches at Old Trafford to beat them.
Something like that.
So
Yep,
they
but we
held
did it.
some messed up record. So excellent, mate.
They did.
So before we go balls deep into the topics, how are you, matey? How's your foot?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had anything else fall off it, so it's all good.
Oh, that's good, mate. And
Oh,
what about
dear.
the old Cato, mate? How's that going? And the old Gandhi's Revenge and all that?
Oh, mate. Yeah, all in all, it's going okay. I had a spot of the Gandhi's Revenge back end of last week, and I took a day off work because I was fucking rough, mate. Honestly, it was literally just
Oh, mate.
full on, like
Too much
it weren't good. I
spinach.
don't know if I don't know if it was because of something I ate or if I'd caught a bug. I don't know, but whatever it was, it messed me up for 24 hours. But I'm all good.
Bloody hell. Oh, that's good to know. Also, shout outs to old John from the United Way. He's under the weather. He had his Arona jab the other
Yep.
day, and it's just knocked him out for 4. And also to Ross
Yep.
Murphy as well from the paddock. He's been feeling battered. He didn't do a video for yesterday's match. So wishing them all the best.
Yep.
So, mate,
That's it.
this episode has a positive theme, and I'm going to say positive because there's so much shit going around with the old ESL proposals and stuff. So we'll have a little
Yep.
chat about that later. But we're
Yep.
going for a pub theme. Now, I've got a random question, mate. So obviously, the
Okay.
pubs have opened again in the UK, so the country must be going absolutely
Yep.
fucking balmy.
Oh,
We're
mate,
pub
honestly,
lovers.
it's like what? Yeah, massive set.
So tell me about some of your most random things that you like about the good old pub.
Yeah, it's
you've
just
got
like the well, I've got a few. Just the whole like atmosphere, especially like a local village boozer. It's all like
Yes, mate.
calm and collected. You've got people, in there that have been in there since like the dawn of time. It's just the whole atmosphere, regardless if you're old or young. You're accepted, sort of thing.
Oh, totally,
Yeah,
mate.
so
Especially if you go into the pub with a flat cap on, mate.
yeah,
And a
exactly.
cardigan.
A pipe and slippers. No, but yeah, there's nothing that
So-
beats a chug of a good ice cold pint, really, is it?
Oh, mate, or 5 and drive, as my mate Josh would say. And fucking the good old having a nice cold beer outside by the river, mate, getting bitten by fucking mosquitoes.
Yeah,
Going
bit
home
the
looking
fuck,
like
yep.
a fucking looking like you've got traffic lights all over your body. So, mate, random things about the good old pub, right? So things that sort of trigger
Yep.
memories. 'Cause I do miss a good old English pub, especially the village pub. But just the random smells, like this. You're gonna think, fucking hell, you're weirder than fucking weird itself. But mate, the smell of the pub carpet, the
Yeah.
when you've been sort of there. And your cold pint has literally dripped all over the beer mat, and then you randomly find that you've just shredded a whole beer mat into a million pieces.
Yes.
The salty snacks,
Yes.
Nobby's nuts,
Yes.
and
That's it.
Bombay fire mix. And another random memory, mate. is when you go for
Yeah.
your 12th slash after a good sesh, mate. Mate,
Yeah.
how fucking interesting is it when you're trying to piss on the urinal chlorine block thing? It's just fucking pure satisfaction when you hit it. Do you know what I mean?
It is, mate. It is definitely, and the scent it gives off as
Oh.
well. It's a mixture of like chemicals and stale piss. Brilliant.
Oh dear. Fucking brilliant, mate. So, mate, yesterday I spoke to the old fucking Lord of Banter in the family, Grandad, and mate, he was on form with his banter. So he was telling me about he just randomly came out with some jokes. So it was like, do you know why Elizabeth Taylor had 7 husbands? I don't know if you know this joke, mate.
Right.
So he
No, I
goes,
don't.
because she wanted to wear them all. She wanted to wear them all out and take them with her. And then after that, fucking Grandad getting giddy goes, you know why? Because she fucking fancied a bit of cock. I was like, fucking hell, Grandad. And
Brilliant.
on the old pub, on the old pub theme, Grandad, mate, you know, he loves this classic joke. He says, hold on, I'm just going to have a swig of my beer. He goes, Sam, right? So there's this bloke with a really bad stammer, and he goes into the pub and he goes up to the barman and he says, can I have a pint? And then the barman goes, how many fucking pints do you want to order, mate?
Brilliant.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Oh, fucking hell.
Yes.
So, yes, mate. Dear, oh dear. All right, we've got some condolences, right? So, obviously, Prince Philip passed away. Now, I'm going to tell you a funny thing, right?
Yep.
Do you remember years back? This was, 2004 when I started uni over at Essex, right? The royal
Yep.
family came to visit for some fucking random reason, God knows why. And
Yep.
we were all stood by these barriers, and Prince Philip was, you know, in a jovial mood, and he started like talking to the students and stuff. And he randomly
Yep.
asked me and some flatmates, he's like, "Oh, hello there. Are you all members of this university?" And I was thinking to myself, "Of course I am, you fucking twit. I'm only wearing the fucking Essex uni hoodie."
Brilliant.
And
Oh,
mate, he didn't half piss. He didn't half piss everyone off because he's like, "What's that building over there?" And someone was like, "Oh, that's the new state-of-the-art lecture theatre building." And he's like, "Really? It just looks like one big metal dustbin." So that fucking made me chuckle.
brilliant. Oh, fantastic.
Mate, all right. And the other condolence, right? No laughing, mate.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Swig a bit. Fucking hell. Okay. Right then. Here comes the Brummy accent. Condolences to Polly Gray, the chairwoman of the Shelby Company Limited. So rest in peace.
Yes.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh, mate. No, there's sad stuff.
No,
We love the
it
fucking
is,
Peaky
mate. It is.
Blinders. What an actress.
Yeah,
Absolute gem
no,
of an actress.
yes, definitely. Bit of a nobody really saw it coming. I don't think. You know, people knew she was ill, but like not to the point of knocking on death's door. And do you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah, I
sort
know.
of it's one of those things because I think they were literally just about to start recording another series as well of Peaky. So I'm not quite sure exactly how they're going to
Yeah, I know.
go about doing that, but yeah,
Bloody
life
hell.
goes on.
Mate, they'll need a
Unfortunately,
bit of Cam Water. They'll need Cam Waters with his digital skills over at the paddock to do some funky editing to try and do some
yeah,
films. So
Some
there you
CGI.
go, mate. Okay, shout outs time. Shout outs. So
Yes.
here we go. Michael Turner, absolute legend. He made a specific time reference in our last episode's comments. He said minute 4. So
Yeah.
in quotation marks, put a hand up and said, laugh my fucking ass off, belch. So I think that was when I was trying to do this, tell the Sadie joke. And I just
Yes.
randomly had to relieve myself. Oh, fucking hell. Bloody
dear.
hell. So, Boomhauer made, old matey boy Boomhauer did make a very good point. So he says, over in America, obviously American English has butchered so many different Germanic, Slavic, and Asian, well, all the language names and stuff. So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm still struggling to pronounce Stowback. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not even going to try. Apologies. I've just butchered the best ever quarterback in the history of the NFL. So apologies, mate. Then we got some mateys who contributed some Spurs fashion puns. So Jay Parker went, Huangmin Catwalk Sung. For Don Witherford said for Ray Clements, he goes Ray-Ban Clements. That
Nice.
was very intelligent. Hold on, swig of beer. That big red bus. He said instead of Jamie O'Hara, Jamie O'Zara. And
Yep.
mate, I like this one. Ready? We got instead of Jurgen Klinsmann, he said Jurgen Klins top man. That was fucking classic.
Very clever.
And then we had Will Hudson. Instead of George Marsh, he says, as does George Marsh. So if you want some pristine white shirts, ask
Yes.
as does George Marsh, mate. Oh, fucking brilliant. And you and the one and only Notchster, mate, MC Notchster, having a good old bit of banter
Yes.
there about the Eiffel 65 lyrics. And
Yes.
mate, I
That's
was
it.
so fucking impressed when he said that he went to a Dropkick Murphys gig, but that would have been absolutely brutal.
I bet.
And then brace yourself, mates. So we go. Here are some of his puns. We've got instead of Steed Malbronk, we've got Steed Malbran Flakes. Oh no, that was yours. Fucking hell.
No.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that was
god.
fine. Yeah.
I'm not a copyright. Don't take me to court. That's why I'm the only one in fucking original Spanner. Sorry, here we go. Sorry, Notchster. Sorry, cousin Adam. Okay, don't shag me. We got, instead of Jan Vertonghen, Jane Summers Vertonghen. Then we got Kyle Catwalker Peters. Then instead of Ledley King, we got Ledley Dorothy Perkins. Oh, brilliant.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Mate, yesterday I apologise. I was not live for the Paddock pre-match build-up, against Burnley.
Yeah.
Because one, I was having lunch out. We went to this nice pizza restaurant around the corner, and I overdosed on cheese, mate. Fucking hell. They do these beautiful sort of baked mozzarellas, and then they've got the old fucking crusty bread that comes out, and I just overdosed on the cheese, mate, and I couldn't have dinner last night. I just felt like one big cheese ball.
Really?
And this morning, I swear, the cheese grease had just gone straight to my skin. It was as if I was fucking 16 again. Had this huge spot. Fucking, I pushed it that hard. It was like Guy Fawkes night again. It fucking flew out, smashed the mirror. I was like, bloody hell, pus face. Piss face, pus face. Oh, Friday night dinner.
Dear.
Brilliant show.
Yes.
No, but Santa Notch's video was hilarious. Fucking loved the squeaky horn again and the Chumbawamba reference. That was so good, mate. So, and another fucking homage to the Notchster, mate. So, all the listeners, go over to the Notchster's channel, Santa Notch. Check out his latest episode. It's called Tales of the Melodic Unexpected. So, basically, the lowdown is how random songs can trigger a particular memory in time. So,
Yeah.
mate, check it out. Fucking class. And there's so much banter there. I love it.
Right.
So, class.
Okay. Sweet.
Then the puns for tonight. Ready? The puns for tonight. Taking the piss out of the Burnley players, pub, bar, booze, any sort of thing related to that.
Yeah.
Please get involved in the comments below. Give us your puns. And because I'm the youngest out of the two of us, mate, I shall let age go before beauty. Sorry.
Okay, my first one. I'm going in strong with this.
Yes,
there
mate.
was a player, obviously, who played for Burnley quite a while back called Delroy Facey. I can't remember what position he played. Right. So, pub related. Everybody's down the pub. He's now Delroy off his Facey.
Oh, that's fucking class, mate. Oh, mate, that is a good start. All right, we've got instead of. Oh, mate, I'm just going to fucking butcher his name. I can't remember where he's from. Mate Vidra, or no, Vidra, I think his name is. The striker, right?
Yes.
So I've called him Mate Cider. Oh.
Right, my next one. This didn't take a lot of thinking about, really, because the surname is pretty much as much as I need to go. They had a player called Mark Yates.
Hold on, stop.
So his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold the phone.
Right.
Sorry. I beg your pardon. I was just going to butt in with something obvious there, but no, I apologise. I've just completely fucked up the the drum roll, and I've snapped the drumsticks in half. Apologies. You can stab me. Okay, please begin again.
Right. Okay. So they got a player, or had a player called Mark Yates. Obviously, Yates is the name of a pub. So he is now Mark Yates and Weatherspoons.
Oh, lovely, mate.
Yes.
Mate, come in. Right, I've got a pun that is going to follow on perfectly after that. Ready? Okay, so you know they've got quite a productive, what's the word? Sort of productive winger, the Icelandic one. So his name's Johan Gudmundsson, right?
Yeah.
So if you go to Weatherspoons, this is back in the day, for about $5.99, you could have this. Ready? You could have, yeah, man, beer and burger Gudmundsson. Fuck.
Yes.
Fuck. I'm such a tard. It's actually Johan Berg Gudmundsson. I missed out the fucking Berg. I've just fucking annihilated that pun.
Oh dear.
Fucking douchebag.
Nice. Right.
Oh dear,
Okay.
dear.
My next one.
Fucking hit me.
This is Simpsons related. They had a player called Michael Duff. So obviously Michael Duff beer.
Yes. Oh, lovely. Oh, brilliant. Mate, can you get the actual Duff beer over in England? Because they sell it here.
I
over
think
in Spain.
I think Aldi or Lidl did like a special once of Duff beer. I can't. It's not something that I can recall seeing for a while, but yeah, I know what you mean. Whether or not that's sort of like a one-off, I don't know, but yeah, I know you could at some point get it. So yeah.
Okay. No, it's obviously commercialised, so no, it's all right. The drop. So here we go, mate. This is very practical. We've got jack, cork, screw.
Nice.
So you obviously need to open a bottle, mate.
Well, I actually had it.
Oh, dear.
I actually was going to use Jack cork, but Jack popped the wine cork.
And then he got lucky and popped a cherry.
Brilliant.
Okay. Right, let's go fucking ancient, right? We're going into ancient times. Here we go. Instead of Ben Me, we've got Ben Mead.
Mead. Nice.
The good old honey liqueur.
Yes. Right. Over in the UK, if you go into a pub and ask for a lager tops, that's basically a shandy, yeah?
Okay.
Right. So,
Is that
bear with me on this.
shandy or is it?
Well,
Okay, yeah,
it's
no,
just
I'll
a
let
bit of
you hit
lemonade.
me, but then I'll ask you a question.
It's sort of a bit of lemonade on top of your beer just to kind of water it down a little bit. It's not quite a shandy and it's not quite a beer, so it's a lager tops, yeah?
It's a sheer. Sorry.
So, I had a play with words on this
Yes.
one. So, they
Okay.
used to have a player called Stanislav Varga-Tops.
Mate, that is creative. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
On theme with tonight's episode, instead of Ashley
Yeah.
Barnes, Ashley Bars are open again.
Nice. Right. And my final one.
Okay.
This is in homage to a brewery. They had a player called George Green, so it's now known as George Green King.
Oh, lovely, mate. That is a fucking homage and a
Yes.
half. Okay, I've just got a couple left. So instead of Robert Brady, we've got Robert Barlady. And there was a player back in the day called Richard Narte. So I've got Richard Narte total anymore. And then, right, I've got, right, for the manager, instead of Sean Dyche, we've got Sean was that fucking drunk, he fell into a ditch. And then, I don't know if you remember this bloke years ago, he was called Andre Bikey. So I've got Andre can't ride his bikey.
Because he's pissed.
Pissed and he doesn't give a shit. Oh, mate, that's actually triggered a memory. So,
Right.
our great granddad, so this is Nan's dad, right? So, mate, he was the king of the pub because he wasn't that much of a piss artist. Because during the week he'd work on the railway tracks, and then he'd fucking like squander the money down the pub on a Friday and a Saturday, you know, and get fucking blinded. And so we fucking he used to end up going to the Ipswich Arms, which is this tiny pub. For obviously, you know where it is, mate. That was your first pub where you get served as a 14-year-old. But
yes, mate.
Fucking, it was a little pub on the corner of Mersey Road, if I'm not mistaken, right? No, Fingrenow Road. Apologies, Fingrenow. And
Wait,
so
knows what?
he'd go to the pub on his bike, and he'd sit in. He'd have his corner, wouldn't he? He'd have his fucking corner. No one else would sit there, bar him. And he would have his flat cap facing perfectly forward, And apparently, after every pint he drank, it would sort of rotate slightly towards the right. And then after the sesh, he'd leave the pub with his flat cap completely back to front, as if he was from the Bronx. Then he'd fucking try and pedal home, pissed as a beaut. The bicycle zigzagging down the bloody road, and he'd make it home in one piece.
Somehow,
Now, Nan
yes.
said, when it was her wedding day, Nan and Granddad's wedding day, it was really important that she
Yep.
got married in the morning, so her dad wouldn't get fucking pissed as a beaut down the pub.
Yep.
But for some reason, the pub had opened early that day, and the dad had turned up slightly late for the fucking wedding, drunk it anyway. And he goes to Nan just before he sent it down the aisle. He says, "Give me one of your gloves." She's like, "What do you mean, give me one of your gloves?" He's like, "Yeah, only to blow my nose."
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. That just
Fantastic.
literally sums up our family genes in a nutshell, mate. So,
Yes, it does. It
oh
answers a
dear, oh
lot.
dear. Oh, mate, Ford Capri. And another one, double backfire. And do you know the story about how Grandad met that great granddad? So, how he met his father in law?
I don't know. You have to jog my memory. I probably have heard
All
it.
right. So, basically, it was one Saturday, right? One Saturday, Grandad, as a teenager, he was obviously being a bit of a rude boy on the back of, oh Christ, it would have been Uncle Peter's motorbike. So they somehow
Yeah.
managed to fucking bomb it up Finger and Hoe Road. Grandad slipped. Well, they literally lost control of the bike. Then the bike went skidding right into the fucking hedge by the pub, and Grandad apparently flew headfirst straight into the pub, into the Ipswich Arms, and by the feet of great Grandad. So,
Brilliant.
fortunately, he didn't kill himself, and he said, "Oh, I know you." And he's like, "Yeah." He says, "You're obviously it was Nan's dad." And he says, "Yeah,
Yeah.
well, is that right?" He says, "Yeah, yeah." And you used to work with my dad, and because obviously Nan's dad was pissed as a beaut. That's when Granddad
Yeah.
sort of asked for permission to court Nan, and they got pally.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because the two great granddads knew each other from working on the railway tracks. That
Yeah.
things that led to another thing in a positive way. So fucking classic story there,
That's
mate.
it. Yeah, it is, mate. It is.
So yeah, and the last fucking anecdote, right? So before my dad proposed to my mum, the coward he
Yeah.
is. So apparently, after a good sesh in the pub, he had to fucking drink a bottle of sherry, which probably cost him an arm and a leg back in the day in the pub. And then
Yeah.
I think he puked over my mum and then proposed to her.
Oh dear.
Mum being mum was like, "Yeah, okay." So fucking brilliant, mate.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
the pub has very, very sacred roots to our family history, mate. I can write that down in the history
Definitely.
books. Oh dear.
Definitely. Oh dear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the more logical one out of the two of us. So I would like you to give me some positives after yesterday's 3-1 victory over the Burnley Burn.
Yeah. All in all, the game was, it wasn't too bad. Obviously they scored within the first 15 seconds, but that obviously got ruled for offside, which did set
Yeah,
a couple of alarm bells going, thinking, shit, what we in for? But
yeah,
to be honest with you, the team played the team played well. You know,
Yeah, with
McTominay,
discipline, mate.
um, he played quite well. Again,
Yeah,
Luke Shaw played well. Even Pogba put in a bit of a shift,
he
which was
did. I
quite
even
good
like
to see.
Lindelof, mate. I've got to say, I'm a happy budgie when I watch Lindelof play. I swear. So we've
Yeah,
got 5 wins on the bounce now, and I swear a lot of it comes down to Hendo because
I
he's
think
just
so.
given the back line a sort of extra confidence, and there's this extra
Yeah,
communication. There's a bit of bromance going on between Hendo and Lindelof as well. And Hendo thought it'd be
yeah,
even funny to fucking knee him in the back in the process of
yeah.
trying to do the psycho clearance.
Wipe him out. Yeah, yeah,
But no, I thought that was
yeah,
entertaining, you know.
yeah. It is, and it's good. It's good to see that they can double backfire. It's good to see that they can rely on each other. Um,
Yes,
and
mate.
Mason took both his goals really well. His second goal was, you know, a quality.
Oh,
Cutting on
mate.
his left and pinged it round the keeper. And
Superstar
even
mode. We
Cavani got
talked
on us.
about this.
Yes, that's it. And Cavani was,
Oh, yeah.
in the right place at the right time. He just, even though I I said this a few episodes back, I wish we'd have got him 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Because that would have been something else.
Yeah, I know. But he would have cost an
Yeah,
arm and a
but
leg. But to be honest,
yeah,
I'm happy he's here. I mean, look, this bloke has helped to lift the number 7 curse. So
yeah,
I'm very, very happy. If he ends up going back to South America, fair enough. If he wants to have a
yeah,
semi-retirement now, do that. But I
yeah,
honestly think he's got, if he's used correctly, I know people have fucking criticised the fact that he didn't start the match, but the bloke
yeah,
obviously knows how his body works, and if he
yes,
needs to have a bit of a rest, a breather, then that we've got to respect that. He's not a spring chicken.
yeah.
So
No,
I'm
no,
glad that
exactly.
he's been handled correctly, and
Yeah,
I do really like Fred. I know a lot of the fan base hate him. I think he's a
yeah,
decent player, and he's a pit bull, But
yeah,
obviously, the tactical change was great that Solskjaer made, and
yeah,
Pogba came back a bit. McTominay played sensibly. He didn't get much freedom to roam forward. He did have one shot which was quite interesting that I can remember. But yeah, so fucking Cavani, mate, he was just part of
yeah.
some kind of methodical system that worked lovely. So
Definitely. Oh
yeah, I
yeah,
was very happy with that.
and it's a case of one thing I also noticed is like when it got pulled back to 1-1 within like 2 minutes of each other. Normally, I don't know if this had happened like 10 games ago, we would have just fallen apart. But we all kind of like strapped ourselves in, knuckled down, and went up a gear, didn't we? Which was good.
Totally, I thought it was lovely, and also the other thing, right? So um, Rashford, he looked like he'd been rested. He looked slick. He looked
Yep,
energetic. I know that towards the end, he needs to come off rotation, but he's got a week off now, which is brilliant. But mate, he
yep,
looked slick at times. His passing as well. He needs a bit of credit because he was doing some brilliant passing. And the thing is, when he did that sick bit of Ronaldinho / George Weah wibble wobble with his foot, I thought that was bloody sexual.
yes, it was.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you remember
it was
that.
good. Yeah, it's good bit of individual skill, which then you know opens up opportunity, doesn't it? And it was good to see.
Definitely.
Obviously, he is carrying a few knocks, but he's young, and it doesn't really affect him if as it would do like
Yeah.
someone like if Cavani had those knocks. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he'd be
Whether
totally
or not that's
backed.
gonna if that's gonna affect him a few years down the line, I don't know. But they need a longer post-season, don't they? Really, they haven't had that opportunity after last year. The season came round so fast, and they didn't get their chance to go off to Magaluf and shag everybody like they normally would, or whatever they do. And
Or go over to Greece and fucking beat up the police force.
yeah, that's it.
Mate,
But
before we sort of wrap up, we've hit the 35-minute mark. I'm going to ask you,
Yeah.
right? And I know all the fan channels have done hours and hours of content on the old ESL proposal, but I'd like a very short summary from you about what you think about the old fucking debacle,
Yeah, it's just an absolute. It's a grade A fuck up. It's a clusterfuck of shithousery, whatever way you look at it. Isn't it? It's sort of like.
So it was your ass last week, mate.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, for example, the Glazers literally threw Solskjaer under the bus yesterday because he got asked questions about something that he
mate,
knew
totally.
fuck all about, and he was, and it's just like, mate, what is that about? He backed them up so much to the point where he nearly lost he nearly lost his legend status with a lot of the fan base because he was backing them up so much.
Mate,
And they've literally gone, fuck you, here you go, chuck you under the bus.
He's been receiving so much shit up his arse that his arsehole must be as wide as the mouth of Mount fucking Etna right now. So I just feel sorry for him because he's literally had one of the toughest football manager scenarios in recent history. Picking up a club left in a dire state after Jose Mourinho's just fucking destroyed the club morale. The club that he's taken over has been spending silly money on Galactico signings that are mercenaries that don't really understand the true values of the club. And he's really, really, really trying to do a fucking consistent rebuild. And then he's got to deal with more political bollocks like this. So I do feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
But because back in the day, mate, used to do a fucking class Cartman impression, I need you to give me some fucking Cartman shit on this situation. Can that be achieved?
I don't know. Let me see if I can go up a couple of years. Basically, it's just like, when you look at the teams that have been put forward and have put this proposal forward, right? The only one out of the 12 that isn't in debt really is Man City, and they've only basically followed along to go, you know what, we just want it for fucking more zeros on the end of the bank account. Everyone else is in like severe debt, so they're obviously doing it solely for the money because the owners are complete wankers. And it's sort of like, it's quite good and refreshing to see the Premier League and the FA basically turning round and saying, you will respect our authority.
There we go. Oh, mate, on
Isn't it
that
right?
note, let's wrap it up. Totally, mate. You hit the nail on the fucking balls, mate. So let's have some closing words.
Yeah, I think all in all, fantastic game yesterday. And then we had a massive deflated erection after the news of the Super League. And it's just a load of bullshit. And I hope the government step in and block it, if I'm honest. And that's all I can say at the moment. And it's over and out for me on that.
Sweet, mate. So if you're talking about a deflected erection, deflected, fucking hell, what was that? A deflated erection? Then that must be One Direction. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, speak to you later. Fucking Chronic masturbators. Oh.